Second Chronicles, Day 1. Who is the author? It's traditionally attributed to Ezra the scribe, compiled from earlier royal records, prophetic writings, and temple archives. What is it all about? Second Chronicles continues the history of Judah, the southern kingdom, after David and Solomon. It focuses mostly entirely on the line of David's kings. It highlights Solomon's reign, the dedication of the temple, and then follows the succession of the kings in Judah. The book emphasizes spiritual leadership, showing how kings who seek God brings blessing and revival, while those who abandon him lead the nation into decline and eventually exile to Babylon. When was it written? It was approximately written at 450 to 400 BC, written after the Babylonian exile from the returned kingdom. Where are the settings? The first is Jerusalem, the temple centered worship, the king of Judah, the southern kingdom only, and Babylon, the end of the exile. Period. Why was it written? It was to show that the central importance of the temple of worship, the blessings of seeking God, and the consequences of abandoning him, God's patience through repeated warnings and prophets, the need for spiritual renewal after exile, and the continual vitality of God's covenant with David. Second Chronicles is written to restore hope and identity through worship and obedience. The key themes: worship in the temple, revival and spiritual renewal, kinship and kingship of leadership accountability, blessings versus judgment, repentance and restoration, and God's faithfulness. The key verse is Second Chronicles 7:14. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face, then I will hear from heaven. The teaching insight. Second Chronicle teaches that spiritual revival always begins with humility and seeking God. The fate of the nation repeatedly depends on the heart of its leaders and people. When they seek God, there is blessings and restoration. When they abandon him, decline follows. Even after judgment, God remains willing to restore those who return to him sincerely. The practical applications. Seek God intentionally, not occasionally. Humble yourselves quickly with correction comes. Understand that leadership influences spiritual direction. Value worship as a priority, not a side activity. And believe that restoration is possible when people turn back to God.